wasn't entirely sure we'd be saying this again, but welcome back to Manchester. I'll just give you a quick run through how the year's gone, what we've done, and how things are looking up, and possibly tell you that this might not be the last you see of this, because I might just make it like an annual catch-up, where it's like, okay, this is how this season's done. Just quick videos, nothing extensive. You won't see the games anymore or anything. It's just, sort of like, how is my rebuild going? How am I going about it? Anyway, talking of the rebuild, straight in to the transfers. You can probably see from the screen here, we brought in over 300 million this season. We spent less than 50. And you still wouldn't believe what our bank balance is. We'll show you that later. But, yeah. So, Buonani out to Saudi, 27.5 million. Darvic, also Saudi, 38 million. Kasongo, also Saudi, 28 million. Lecam went to Barcelona for 100 million. So that's the vast majority of it there. Castellanos, who you might remember was complaining because I didn't sell him before. He's gone to Roma for 40 million. And Dale Lamb started getting uppity because we didn't accept bids, so he's gone to Juventus for 25 million. And then in January, Teco had got bent out of shape in the summer because we wouldn't accept bids. And then I sort of decided I was going to change the system a little bit. Well, actually, no, we got bids for him and he was again going to get narky if he didn't get accepted, which led to a change in tactic, and we've gone a bit sort of meta in the end. You'll see in a minute. I'll give you a quick look at the tactic. But yeah, he's gone to Barcelona for 36 million, so Lord knows how many players Barcelona have got of ours now. I have a horrible feeling they might have won the Champions League as well, so you're welcome, Barca, basically. Pretty much, basically all of these signings are youngsters. We can't afford anyone else, but these are players who are bedding in quite nicely. Some of them are almost ready to start as first choice. Sergio Serrano probably will be when he arrives. He's a goalkeeper. But yeah, Walter and Marcelo have been in and around the squad since they arrived. Alejandro Sanchez, a little bit more borderline, but he's been around there and he might get more game time next season because we've got plans for raising some more cash. Now, with 254 million pounds made in the transfer market, you'd think the bank balance would be looking healthy, wouldn't you? It's still nearly minus 300 million, despite our best efforts, and this is my transfer budget for next season, by the way. Yes, you're reading that right. That is just under £400,000. But we have got a lot of space in the wages, and this might be coming down significantly. Now, the question you're asking yourself, I'm sure, is having cut all those players, and let's face it, there was some talent here. I mean, Buonani, Darvic, Lecam, Songo, not so much, never used to do it for us. Castellanos was a regular starter. So there was a lot of first team quality there. So how did we do without them? Well, we finished third in the league, one place higher than last season with 12 more points and lost 6 less times. Obviously a bit off of Arsenal, but they dominated the season basically. We got to the quarters of the Champions League, which is the furthest I've got since the first season I was here. FA Cup, we drew Spurs in the third round and we played the backups basically, so we got knocked out straight away. Obviously the board weren't overly happy about that, but frankly it did wonders for our fixture congestion, so I don't care. And the Carabao Cup, which we won for the third season in a row. Basically this is mine now. I get to keep it. I can take it home. So, having got rid of 4, maybe 5 first team, first choice players, we did better than we did last season. And we have got some real quality talent. I'll give you a quick look at the squad. Aguirre is stepping up. Brancadori, top quality centre-back. We are going to need to put some youngsters in place to come through at centre-back. We've got Esquivel, but Brancadori is going to age soon, but we'll keep him for the moment. Fairs, likewise, left back is not a strong point for us. And I mean, Fairs is good there, and he can play centre back if we can find some other left backs. Marcelo is one of those youngsters I said about. Rico Lewis is 34 now. He is getting on, and he is on a big wage. And we really need some youngsters in defensive midfield, especially the more defensive position in defensive midfield. But what I think I want to do is kind of almost start from scratch in that spot, and instead of having defensive midfielder on defend, which I've kind of resorted to because that's what these two can do, even though neither of them should be playing defensive midfield really. We want a ball-winning midfielder, so we're going to go out in the transfer window and look for ball-winning midfielders. Now, we'll come back to how we're going to do that in a moment, because you'll remember that transfer budget. Casas, still top-notch. He wants stupid money to sign a new contract. So if we take a quick look at him, he's on 28.33. He is wanting like nearly 40 million. And I can get him down to closer to that. But he wants then like about 4 times the amount per game, per appearance that he's getting. So financially, he is going to cost an absolute fortune. Looking at that value, though, I'm seeing someone getting sold. Because that will do us nicely. And, I mean, Walter is coming through. He is decent. Obviously, he's only 20. It will need, again, obviously, signing others. We have got irons in the fire. We're looking at people, deep line playmaker. So it's a spot we will get a little worse at, but the money that can be brought in and those wages that we'd be saving on Casas will do us wonders. Right wing, Simon Jones and Nuno Pedro are amazing. And I can't play both. And the one thing, and you'll see, I mean, it's just not surprising that this is here. Simon Jones, you can see, I mean, he's got these wonderful traits. He runs down the line, he hugs the line. Hopefully he will be knocking the ball past the opponent. You can see he's world class. He is incredible and basically plays it. I mean, 7.6 in the Champions League, 7.1 in the Premier League is phenomenal. And he's been tussling with Nuno. And the big thing he's got over Nuno, who again is fantastic, he is world class. He's worth about 100 million. But he's injury prone. And I'll just give you a quick look. This is his injury list. We signed him around about here, I think. Or did we? No, probably somewhere around here, actually, I think. He has had about 15 or 16 injuries in 3 years with us. None of them for particularly long, but it's just piling up. And I think in the same period, Simon Jones has had 1 cold. And that's it. So on that basis, it's pretty much a no-brainer which one of the two you keep. They're both as good as each other on the pitch. One of them isn't on the pitch as much because he's always on the physio table or ill or something. There's always something wrong with him. And he's also worth more. And I think he's on slightly higher wages as well. So Nuno might well be going. And then attacking midfield. Al Janafi. Mateus is, according to my sort of calculations, probably actually better than Al Janafi. The stars don't really show it, but they show other things as well as actual ability. Like I said, we've got Alejandro Sanchez. He's the youngster, another Mexican, who could come through. If we can get him anywhere near this potential, it would be fantastic. And I think I can see those two battling that out next season with maybe another real sort of youngster lurking somewhere just to sort of be able to come in if we need desperately a third choice. I mean, we probably should be able to. I don't know. There's not a lot of other people who can play that role, so we'll see. But yeah, so Al Janafi is another one who could be on the chopping block. He's got 1 year left on his deal. As you can see, he's worth about 70 million. So if we could sell those three, that is almost the overdraft cleared with those three. That would leave us, I think, probably about 30 or 40 million short. And bearing in mind we haven't got the TV money and everything bumped in, so that balance should actually improve a little bit before we get around to selling these people. Fernando Rodriguez has been phenomenal. I think there's every chance he wins awards this season. I think he's in the running for awards. I think he might be certainly in the running for like under 21 men's player of the year or something. He has just become amazing. I mean, look at those physicals. They are. I mean, he can't jump. Bless him. He's 5'8". He's 1 inch taller than I am, and he's not strong, but he is pacey and just nimble and an amazing winger. Again, world class. So, yeah, phenomenal. Very happy with him. Fernie and Tristan Taylor, they keep on sort of like battling it out. One of them might go. I mean, they're probably worth roughly the same sort of. Well, Tristan Taylor's worth a bit more. I'll have to have a look and see. We've got, I think, other left wingers coming through. Should we need a third sort of option there? And then up front we have Aguiar out on loan. He's had a fantastic season. He scored like 20 goals for Bayern Munich. They have an option to buy him. I don't know what happens if they decide to try and take that option and I suddenly turn around and say no. But I mean, Cliver Dominguez is again world class, phenomenal player. So we've got no worries if we do want to sell Aguiar, and that could be like another 20 million into the coffers. And then Lalo Menendez is out on loan. He's improving nicely. He should be able to compete with these two, which then means, I mean, Shepens, I think, has probably got more potential. Well, he has. I mean, Fasani has basically sort of maxed out, pretty much, and he is, again, worth about 50 million. So it might be that we bring Menendez back from loan, sell Fasani, sell Aguiar. That's another 70 million in the bank. All of a sudden, we are absolutely cooking, and with that amount of money that we brought in, even though we only get 25% of it, that is more than enough to buy a batch of youngsters to basically push on through after this lot. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, again, trimming the wage budget. So financial wizardry in progress, basically, and more planned. And now I've done it once, I've got no real qualms about letting the likes of Casas go and Al Janafi, even though they've got a lot of stars, but you know, there are other reasons not to keep them. Now, I promise you a little look at the tactic. We've gone 4-2-3-1. I mean, it does leave us with a little bit of a problem as defensive midfielders because we don't have very many, but again, I will be trying to plug those gaps with talented youngsters who, if they get the game time, that is the other thing as well with having done this. Because we got rid of those star players, the youngsters had to play. When they play, they improve. So they are really coming on. That's why Simon Jones is as good as he is now, because he played half the season. Whereas before, he was out on loan, and Wales were questioning whether they should even keep him in the squad. I should imagine he's probably the new Gareth Bale at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's not much to speak of as a tactic. It's fairly simple, and it seems to be achieving what we want it to achieve. So yeah, basically that is what has happened. And like I say, you might still get annual updates on this as I go through. There'll be sort of every few brand videos, I would imagine, because obviously it takes a while to do a season, even though I'm not watching the games. And I've got to tell you, I enjoy this game a lot more. I actually enjoyed this season, and you saw how I got with the last season. I hate watching these games, and I know for most people with this game, that's the big thing, the matches. That's where you get to show your tactical genius and you're making your tweaks and that. I don't care. I don't normally spot what's going wrong tactically anyway, so what do I know about making a change? You've seen me. I just take people off who seem to be playing badly or get knackered. I don't know. So this is where I know what I'm doing here. Because it's like, okay, this makes sense as a tactic. It should generally work. On the days when it doesn't, because of something someone else is doing or whatever the reason, I don't know how to fix it in the moment. So what's the point me being there? And, you know, like I say, I'm having more fun. So fortunately, obviously, the brand videos are done in a completely different style where I don't have to watch the matches and you still get all the action. So anyway, yeah, it will be interesting to see what does happen next season. You had to be good to beat us, basically. I think we dropped a few too many points in games that we drew that we probably shouldn't have done. But we'll see. We'll see if we can improve next season and, yeah, well, come back then and see how the rebuild is going and see if we can finally dig this Manchester City side out of the financial hole that Lord knows who got them into. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you at the end of next season. Bye bye for now.